Hey, welcome everybody. I thought I'd make a little build update video for the CWS Fulcrum Chieftain for 3.27 Keepers League. Alright, so I forgot to record a little bit of gameplay. So let me show you guys how we do like these missions where we just defend Aelith, or the fortress for that matter. It's the same. I'm still not entirely sure, but to start these off, I just clear all the walls like on the mini map, right? And you see the dots. We get our ignite going. Nice. Let's walk around a bit. Okay, looks good enough to me. Walk around that. Make sure to click the wall. I stand in the middle of the flame. But I am not entirely sure. Either way, you can see here that we're not gonna click anything. We're just gonna chill here. And you'll see that the actual the blade fall, right? Will, when we're getting hit, we'll actually kind of like tag them off screen, so they don't attack the girl or they don't attack Aelith. They focus on me, right? So she doesn't get damaged as much. So we can AFK. That's why we're doing the blade fall. Like you can see here on my mouse top right, like we're hitting stuff like far off screen. So they're focused on us. They're not attacking her. This is also really good for Harbies, actually. Like, I didn't know how good this was, but this is really good for Harbies. You do a lot of them at the same time to kind of like attack them, but yeah, that's it. The rest of the build obviously is still the same. Just run around, stuff explodes, right? Back to the video. Honestly, nothing really changed at all to the build. Like actually nothing. Nothing got nerfed, nothing really got buffed. There are the crafts, but that's basically it. I made some very minor skill changes to AFK the defend missions, like Aelith and the fortress. Which is normally we'd run like flame surge in the sixting setup here, but now as you can see we have blade fall with increased AoE and spell cascade, and we keep the firestorm. That's basically it. In my last POB for last league, I was running Culling Strike with increased rarity. So we basically removed the rarity, increased rarity. I might put it back later, but for now this works really well. The increased rarity, we remove it, and we put the Flame Surge in this 4-link Cosmos Stone. That's it. The coverage is really good with this, by the way. It also helps a bit with Harbinger farming, but yeah, that's it. You can use any spells you want here, really. Like if you find a better solution for the defend missions, just do whatever you want. For me, this blade fall setup works really well. I can basically AFK all of them, even the fortresses. I've been able to even not click a single skill at all. So pretty good. Then yeah, the grafts. So the grafts are interesting. For me, the only thing I really cared about on these grafts was first this FX, the increased graft blood gained. That's really good. And then I got an Ash one here for move speed. Depending on the content what you do, you don't need move speed, no, you don't need it. You can get a tool one, which damage over time. You can get like a damage over time multiplier, right? So let me see. Do I have one? Global Fizz? No. I think I sold most of them, but you can get damage over time multiplier, which would be kind of good. Or like additional physical damage reduction. You can take a look on PoE DB to check, but either way I got move speed here. And this one, the flash one, is pretty good because it has ignite chance, which before you get a mage blood, it is a bit tricky to get 100% ignite chance. It's really easy if you just use the tattoos, but the tattoos are kind of expensive, so early on it's nice to just get this one. Once you have 100% ignite chance through other means, just replace this one with dot multi or whatever you want. I'm not entirely sure on this, just check what you like. It's not that important, honestly. Also the active skills aren't that important, but I might stand corrected. Maybe someone knows something better. For now, I just kind of ignore them. I updated the POB because I wanted to include like some steps of the gear progression. Maybe I'll make a league starter video for next week how to do the full progression. But basically, I just started RF, right? Then when I got a Fulcrum, I equipped the Fulcrum instead of a Scepter. I kept 6-link or 5-link RF at that time, and I got like a Fan of Flames, right? So this one I got this like I don't know, day 2, day 3. I'm not really sure. I need to check back. That's it. And then from there, once you can afford an immutable force, of course, we equip the immutable force, and then you can go full Cosmic Stun, right? You can go Cosmic Stun, equip Delirium, which is always dirt cheap. You can get all your Cosmic Stun, you can replace your Righteous Fire and get like a Detonate Dead of Scavenging. Nothing has really changed on this. I thought I'd also give like a small like this run through of like kind of the item progression and like the different options. So this was my main setup at the start, just like a rare Ami. Like this one isn't that great, just dot multi and life and some res, right? With Vampirism, that one is nice. And I got a Death Rush. Before that, I just used let me see. Yeah, I just used an Amethyst Ring with a little bit of damage recoup. And some decks, because early on you need the decks for Fire Trap and stuff like that, right? And then later on, whenever you can afford it, these are cheap. Like these are always kind of cheap. Like at day 2, 3, like people start getting these to drop, and all you need is Caspiro. That's it. So you just get Supreme Ostentation, and you can ignore all requirements, and then you can start tattooing whenever you have the money to tattoo. Currently, I haven't done it yet. I feel like I don't need the damage or Night Chance. Alright, so Death Rush is kind of then the first upgrade you get. Gives you Adrenaline, which is, well, we can see here, 100% increased damage, which at this point is kind of nice. And 25% move speed, and a bit of physical damage reduction, which is good. Like this is a really good ring early on to get. When you feel like you have enough damage and you are tanky enough, at this point you don't need a Blood Notch yet, right? You have two options. Either you just get a rare like ring that has stats that you want, like maybe some rarity, maybe some more recoup, maybe some more resist, whatever you want. I usually go with the Winter Weave option to go real fast, because basically you just get 30% chills on you from Ori's and Flask, but this is an expensive swap. So like early on I paid 12 divines for this, and it's still 6 divines. So this is expensive, but when you get the Ori's and Flask, you can equip a Winter Weave and make sure that you don't have any decreased chill effect. So currently I have a Flask that has reduced effective chill on you. You cannot be using this because you want to be chilled, right? So just equip the Winter Weave, use this Flask to have cold explosions, right? Based off mob's life, so you chill. And also you shock, which is another issue. And then now you get to go real fast, right? 30% more move speed multiplier. Feels really good, especially when you're still going through like all your map progression, right? Doing all the map bosses or whatever. It makes it so you can rush through maps like real quick. Yeah, that's it. So whenever I swapped to this, I still didn't have a Blood Notch and I still didn't have a Defiant of Destiny. You do not need these. You really do not need these. Oh yeah, and also your boots. You can't have reduced effective chill and shock on you, right? So you should have 0 reduced chill effect on you, and then you go real fast with Winter Weave. If you're not using Winter Weave, we still use Arrive's End because it's just such a good explodey Flask, because it gives you shock as well. We just equip a different Flask. This one has the curse reduction, which again you can also get through tattoos and like a corrupt on your chest piece. And I opt to go for like just a nice Venters. Why Venters? Honestly, like the resists are really good, but honestly I just wanted to get some rarity. The life honestly at this point doesn't really matter, and the mana reservation also doesn't really matter. You can ignore those. But the resists are important, and that's because at this point I wanted to click every single rarity and quantity altar from from either, right? I wanted to be able to just ignore and click every altar, click. It's also why we don't have endurance charges at this point. So we just click every altar, and I want to be able to like tank all of the minus 50, minus 60 resist. So I swapped to Eventers to have like, with Flask uptime, we have like pretty good, like 200% cold red. So this means you can click those altars a couple times, so you don't dip below 90 and get one shot. So when you want to click all altars, at some point you do need to get a Blood Notch when you start running these really, really rippy maps. At this point in the league, like 1 week in, it's only one Divine. And you can get a shit roll. You can just get a 40% one, throw a Divine on it if you feel like it, and then, but 40% will do. So you equip the Blood Notch, right? And then later on you get like a Defiant of Destiny. These are still expensive, right? It's like 18 div. This one isn't even well rolled, like it's a 15% roll. But it has a decent cold res, so I kinda like that, because that makes all of our resistances kinda balanced, right? 2-2-1 cold res. So with this current setup, this is what I'm running at the moment, doing Harbinger Beyond and just clicking every single altar that I see. And yeah, I'm almost level 100, so we're not dying much. That's it. Oh, one more important thing is I started using the Cinder Swallow. I got this one early for real cheap, like 20C or something. It's pretty good because it's a silver flask, so it gives you 20% move speed. So that's nice if you want to move fast. And then 15, you get this roll. The 15% damage taken from hits is leeched as life. This is also kind of like recoup, which is very strong. And then this flask always has the enemies ignited by you have take 10% increased damage. This is really good because if you don't have Oryev's End yet, this is your only source of increased damage taken on the monster. So this is like a 10% more damage multiplier. But that's actually really good. If you are not tanky enough, you know, just use a Granite Flask. If you feel like that's an issue, just use a Granite Flask. Or honestly, just do whatever you want. It all just works. You can use any other unique flask. You can use a life flask if you want to, if it's needed. If you don't have corrupted blood immunity yet, you should probably get a bleed flask, right? That's it. I'll quickly show the POB that I made for this. Obviously, I'll link it in the description, everything like that. I made like a couple setups here. I didn't do a whole tree change, but this is like the cheap setup, right? Which shows this amulet and Death's Rush, but the Death's Rush you can just replace with like an Amethyst ring or like whatever ring you want, honestly. You can replace with that, so that's the cheap setup. And then this doesn't need the Oryev's End, right? Or Oriev's End, it doesn't need it. Neither does it need the Blood Notch, right? Like you can unequip the Blood Notch, it's not needed. Then for the Winter Weave setup, you do need Oryev's End. 100%. You need a Winter Weave, and you need to make sure that your flasks don't have reduced effect of chill. So you see here reduced effect of curses and not the reduced effect of chill flask that I have over here. Very important, because you need to chill yourself. And then we have the, well, I guess the more expensive setup, what I'm currently running on my own. Sorry. Which is Defiance of Destiny, with like a nice Venter's Gamble, with a lot of rarity, and then soon, I think I want to get Mage Bloods first, but we replace the rares as well with like double rarity rolls, right, to get like an insane amount of rarity, equip a rarity flask, etc. But that's for later. So for now, it's just Defiance of Destiny, Blood Notch, with like a mid roll, and that's it. That's basically it. Nothing really changed with the build. We didn't get buffed, we didn't get nerfed. You should also get Awakened Gems later. I don't have them yet. They were kind of expensive. And I want to farm the Mage Blood, but this is not needed at all, by the way. You can get Woke increased AoE, you can get Woke burning damage. It doesn't really matter. The damage is busted anyway, so the Ink AoE is just kind of nice. You don't need it. Yeah, that's it. I hope I kept it a little bit short. That's the update. Like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you find anything. One important note that's different from the last POB. Actually, hold on. Let me see. Just a second. This league, I opted to not go. with the nature's patience. Let me see here. So last league, I was using obviously the cluster jewel setup for more AOE, which again we'll do when we have a mage's blood. At the moment, I just don't have the skill points. When we have a mage's blood, we have enough max fire res, right, from the Flask, so we can drop all of these nodes, and then we can go into cluster jewels. I haven't opted to use nature's patience yet because I'm not dying, so we don't need the less damage taken. And someone left on the last build guide a YouTube comment that says, hey, the ignites probably don't scale with double damage. And I think it doesn't. After reading the wiki a couple times, I think double damage, that does not scale your actual ignite damage. So you can drop this because it's way nicer to, in your hideout, to walk around at normal move speed than being slowed down with the vines. So it's a bit of quality of life. If you're dying, this is a really cheap solution to become way more tanky. So yeah, I dropped that. Maybe we get it back later if we do delve, whatever. If I do ultimatums, maybe we get this back. We need the tankiness. Besides that, that's it. Yeah. Leave any suggestions below in the comments. If I got anything wrong, just let me know. I'll update. I'll fix whatever I need to fix. Yeah, that's it. Have a good one.